Hello, welcome back to LK Tuition. My name's Lucas and today we're going to be looking at solving inequalities. Hope you're doing well and let's get started. So basically, when solving inequalities, most of the time you can treat the inequality as an equal symbol. So if you ever, there's a lot of other videos I've done on kind of solving equations, stuff like that. If you've got an inequality, you can just imagine in your head most of the time that it's an equal sign. The only way you'd have to think about it any more than that is if you ever times or divide by a negative number. And normally in GCSE math, you don't have to do that. But if you do times or divide by a negative number, you just swap the direction of the inequality. So for example, we've got 2 is less than 5, but if I wanted to times both sides by -1, I'd get -2 and -5. Well, -2 is more than -5, so this inequality symbol has to get flipped. Okay, but the rest of the time you can just treat it like an equality, an equal sign. So here are a few questions to have a go at. Feel free to pause the video and try them yourself. Otherwise, we shall do them together. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one then. So we've got 3x is less than 12. So what we do normally when solving this, we want to divide by 3. And that's not going to affect our inequality at all. So this is just going to be x is less than, well, 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, next one. We've got y minus 9 is more than 21. So we want to do the opposite. We want to add 9. And we'll do that to both sides again. Nothing wrong with doing that. And 21 plus 9 is 30. Okay, next one we've got 4z plus 7 is less than or equal to 31. So this is a two-step equation. So the first thing we want to do is take away the 7. So take away the 7 from both sides, and we're going to be left with 4z is less than or equal to 24. And then what we want to do, let's just grab a slightly different colour. We want to divide by 4. So you're going to end up with z is less than or equal to 6. Okay, and then finally, we've got minus 2g is more than or equal to 10. Now this time we want to divide by -2 for both sides. So you're going to be left with g on the left, and 10 divided by -2 is going to be -5. But remember, we've divided by a negative number, so instead of greater than or equal to, we want this to be less than or equal to. We swap the direction of the inequality. Okay. All right, so let's just have a look at an exam question then. So 1a, we want to solve 3x plus 4 is less than or equal to 13. Okay, well this is another two-step equation. So the first thing we want to do is take away the 4 from both sides, and we're going to end up with 3x is less than or equal to 9. And then we want to divide by 3 on both sides. Again, I'm moving through this quite quickly. I do have other videos on solving equations, so check those out if you're not sure what I'm doing right now. And then we're left with x is less than or equal to 9 divided by 3 is 3. Make sure we put our answer in the actual answer space. And then part B says write down all the integer values of x that satisfy -2 is less than or equal to 2x is less than x. Well, here we've got three things. We've got two inequality symbols and we've got three things in between them. Now you just solve this exactly the same way, but instead of two sides, you've almost got three sides. So because we've got 2x here, we want to divide by 2, but we do that with everything. So we're going to divide that by 2 and we're going to divide that by 2. So -2 divided by 2 is -1. We've got a less than or equal sign here. 2x divided by 2 is x, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. And I've kept all the inequality signs the same. Now we want to write down all integer values that satisfy this. Now an integer is a whole number. So what can it be? Well, we've got -1 is less than or equal to x, so it can be equal to -1. And if we keep going up, the next integer would be 0. the next integer would be 1, the next integer would be 2. And we've got 3 here, but because this is just less than, there's no equality sign, there's no equals bit, we leave it and that's it. So we can't include 3. So this is our answer. We've got 4 possible integer values. Okay, so let's finish off with a worded question. We've got that David, Ellie and Farzana go shopping. Lovely. David spends £M, Ellie spends twice as much as David, Farzana spends £5 more than David. The total amount of money spent is more than £60. Part A says write down an inequality in terms of M. Alright then, well let's just do a little bit of algebra then. So we've got David, we've got Ellie and we've got Farzana. So DEF. Now David spends £M, so that's fine. So David is M. Now Ellie spends twice as much as David. Well, if David spends M and it's twice as much, well that's going to be 2M. And Farzana spends £5 more than David. So if David's M, Farzana is M plus 5. And then we've got that the total amount of money spent is more than 60. So we want to add all these up and it's going to be more than 60. So we've got M for David, that's a plus. We've got 2M for Ellie, plus M plus 5 for Farzana, and that is more than 60. And then if we bring the terms together, how many M's have we got? We've got 1M, then another 2, which is 3M, and then another one, which is 4M. So that's 4M. We've still got the plus 5, and that's more than 60. Done. Okay, B, each person spends a whole number of pounds. Work out the least each of them could have spent. So we want to solve this 4M plus 5 is 60. The first thing we want to do is take away the 5 from both sides. So we'll end up with 4M is more than 55. And then divide by 4, you can use the bus stop method or half it and half it again. So half of 55 is 27.5 and half of 27.5 is 13.75. So we've got M is more than 13.75. Now we know it's a whole number, so this, the nearest number that's greater than 13.75 is going to be 14. So this is 14. And now we can work out the least each of them could have spent. So David is just M, which is 14. Ellie is 2 lots of M, which is 28. And then Farzana is M plus 5, and 14 plus 5 is 19. So that is the least each of them could have spent, and that's the end of the video. This has been LK Tuition. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for some more maths videos.